21 years has passed since a playoff appearance for DeKalb High, and the Barbs were wired for the opportunity. Students from DeKalb High took the 2-hour bus ride west to Rock Island. We start the action 4th and goal for the Rocks, but it's the Barbs' D that is solid. However, on the next possession, the Rocks score first 3 seconds into the second half. Brian Sisler hooks up with Javon Scruggs for a leaping 31-yard completion that would set up junior Devontae Ragsdale to muscle his way into the end zone. The Barbs feed off that momentum builder, and it's Sisler and Scruggs at it again. Scruggs makes a few defenders miss, and he trickles his way down the field for the 40-yard TD. Now 21-14, the Rocks capitalize on a failed fake punt by tying the game with this 3-yard scamper. LaShawn Daniels takes the Sisler feed, leaves a few defenders diving for turf stains, and 30 yards later, he puts DeKalb back on top. Rock Island answers back, but in high school football, the point after try is not a given. We'll see here, DeKalb takes the 1-point lead late into the 4th quarter, and Spencer Blank Jones gave the Barbs an 8-point lead, but with 43 seconds left on the clock, the Rocks pull within 2, and then this happens. Troy Talaga stacks the tailback, but he manages to pitch the ball back to the QB, who cannot be found until he's at the back of the end zone. The Barbs take what little time they have left to attempt a 47-yard field goal, which is blocked. So 21 years between playoff appearances, of course we're going to OT. The Barbs score first, but after this score, they have a point after try blocked. Rock Island answers the score, and after 3 timeouts, the Barbs' magical season has come to an end. Rock Island wins 42-41. Now we're grateful to have the record-setting coach Marty Sanders in the studio with us today. Coach, looking at the highlights, looking back on the season, what type of emotions does that drum up for you?
Well, it brings back a lot of fond memories. It's fun to enjoy that with not only our community but the kids and our coaches. It was a magical year for us, and we certainly are excited about not only this year but also moving into the next season and the off season, and looking forward to some big things from DeKalb football from not only this year but for the future years to come.
Okay. Speaking of the record-setting part of what you've done this year, the Barbs hadn't made the playoffs since 1989. What made you want to come coach here?
Well, we knew, being an assistant coach at Sycamore, that we had some quality kids in the hallways. We knew that we had some quality coaches, and there's just been an opportunity here. We believe that we're going to be able to get this turned around, turn it around fast. We did, but we certainly think that we can do this not only for this year but for many years to come.
Okay. And to make the playoffs this year, you guys had to win the final 2 games. Just talk about how resilient your team was in making that goal.
Well, we were challenged at halftime of our homecoming game against Yorkville. We were down 14-0. We knew we had to win those last 2 ball games, and we challenged the kids at halftime to really push them and to prove what we were made of. And I think we did that. We came back, won that game in overtime, went over to Rochelle and won that game. And was able to punch our ticket to the playoffs. So our kids really responded to what we had challenged them with at halftime of the Yorkville game, and they came to play.
Okay. And one other thing, Coach, got to bring this up. I know you don't want to hear about this, but I got to bring this up. In the Rock Island game, you were up 7 points, and you attempt a fake punt. Talk about the decision-making behind that choice.
We felt we were going to mix it up a little bit. We felt that we were having a hard time stopping their offense. They have a very, very good running back in Nico Watson. We felt that we were in a position where we had a short yards to gain, and we've tried it before. We tried a little gamble, and sometimes gambles work out. We felt if we made it there, we were in a good spot. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. They scored, but we were resilient there as well, and we got those points right back. So we ended up able to score and get those points back. And in the long run, it was a decision that we as a coaching staff made, and we expect our kids to make that play for us. And so it's always the coach's decision, and my mistake when it goes wrong, their mistake when it goes right. So we ask our kids to make it right most of the time. But it was a tough call, and it was one of those things where you take some gambles sometimes, and it didn't pay off for us. But we felt with our kids bouncing back and getting those points back right away, it proves that we have some character on our team.
Okay, and one final thing, Coach. Moving into new digs in 2011, just talk about some of your expectations of the team for next season.
We're really excited about our new facilities, state-of-the-art building. field house weight room, our new field turf out there at the stadium. We're very, very excited having our new facilities, and we're going to use that to really springboard us into playing not only quality football this year, but for many, many years to come. We have unfinished business. That's our motto already. We've already set it this year for next year. Week 10 in 2010 was our motto this year, and we're going to be on the hunt for that Week 10. This next year is unfinished business. We know that we've got a quality football program, and we're going to continue to work as hard as we can in the offseason to put ourselves in a position where we're still playing this time of year, next year.
Okay, and you're exactly right. The team's motto was the hunt for Week 10 in 2010. So you guys fulfilled that expectation, and good luck on next season.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Next on Top Shelf Sports, we have your top and bottom drawer play and the story of a resilient athlete from DeKalb High. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Top Shelf Sports. Well, welcome back to Top Shelf Sports. Before the break, we told you we'd have our top shelf play, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, Paris, you had a chance to take time to meet a special DHS student athlete.
That's exactly right. I did. We've closely followed the DeKalb Barb's historic football season. At the end of the season, Top Shelf Sports made a fascinating discovery. The Barbs walk off the field disgusted after a one-point loss in the playoffs. Their historic season has come to an end. Wait, is that a girl on the football team?
I was, never had a girl on the team before.
Senior Lindsay Sawall played football for the first time this year. Her peers and coaches admire her grit.
Hardworking, committed. She did everything we asked her to do, and she did it to the best of her ability. And sometimes stepping out of a comfort zone and being an only female in a male-dominated sport says an awful lot about her character. Now, with football season finished, Lindsay is amongst the gridiron guys for one last time. She turns in her equipment and uniforms to conclude her high school football career. But Lindsay isn't done with athletics just yet. Right after she hands in her helmet, she's in the training room prepping for the Barb's wrestling season.
She's given me everything that she has. She works hard. She shows up every day for all the practices, all the meets. She's very dependable. I'm happy to have her on the team, and she's doing a great job for it, DeKalb Wrestling.
Lindsay isn't the only one in her family that has crossed the gender line in sports.
Where do you think you get that from to be able to keep up with the guys?
Probably my mom.
Julie Sawall set her own trends as a girl. Julie says she was the first girl to participate in the NFL's punt, pass, and kick competition in Janesville, Wisconsin.
So I got to compete against all the guys, so that was kind of cool. And they, gave me a little charm.
Mom said she had concerns of her daughter going to play a male-dominated sport. But as you can see, Lindsay fits right in. At DeKalb High School, I'm Paris Buckingham, Top Shelf Sports.
Now that's a great story and a brave young lady.
Yes, she is. But Lindsay, she's not only driven in sports, but also the classroom. She's already a certified nurse's assistant.
Wow. Well, maybe we should switch gears a little bit. And Paris, do you like to strike out?
Well, not with the ladies, but I just know just what you're getting at. Normally, throughout the week, sports fans, we see or hear things that makes us want to rant.
Luckily for us, we get that opportunity with a segment that we like to call Three Strikes.
Strike one goes to Mike Shanahan. You bench a guy that has led his team to 5 NFC championships for a guy who can barely take the snap from a center. Did you really think there'd be a good turnout with Sexy Rexy?
Strike two goes to Brad Childress. First, you want to turn around your dreadful season, so you bring in Randy Moss. Second, you trade away a third-round draft pick to get him. Third, you give him away a month later for nothing. Coach Chili, after this, the fans may want to fine you, and the only way to pay up can be summarized with the words of Moss himself. Straight cash, homie. Or owner Ziggy Wolf could just fire you.
Strike three goes to you, the students of NIU. You have arguably the best team in the MAC playing right in your backyard, and you don't go watch them play? The athletic department advertises free tickets for students when in fact you pay for the tickets through the athletic fee. There's usually someone in the popular DuSable Hall giving out tickets, or you can go find your tickets at the home student center. The Huskies need your support in their final home game of the season.
Now before we go, we've got one more point of business. That's the plays of the week.
First, the bottom drawer play of the week. For that, we take you a few weeks ago where the Chippewas were in town and the Huskies fans saw a sight they've unfortunately been accustomed to seeing this season. Our bottom drawer play goes to NIU kicking shame, not game. Here's just one of Michael Klimowski's many misses on the year. And we'll leave you on a high note, the top shelf play of the week.
For that, we're going to take you back to Sycamore and Yorkville action from the last week of the regular season. Yorkville is going to try to set up a screen pass, but not before Ryan Hafner tips a pass and senior Daryl Mayweather shows why he's the king. The big fella not only was the homecoming king a few weeks ago, but the MVP of this game after taking the NO to the house. Now, what a big play from a big-time player from Sycamore. And it's plays like that which have gotten the Spartans to the second round of the 5A playoffs.
It was a really exciting play. And we would like to thank our guests, NIU running back Chad Spann, DeKalb High School head coach Marty Sanders, both for stopping by today.
We'd also like to thank you for watching us today, and we want to wish our Huskies luck in their big game against Toledo.
And good luck to all of the other local sports teams who will be in action in the upcoming weeks. Check us out next time.
Goodbye, everyone.